What if you were able to determine before investing much in a project whether or not that project was likely to succeed or fail? How much money, energy, and most importantly time could you save if you had that kind of capability? Project Portfolio Excellence is a new model complete with tools, techniques, strategy, and methodology to enable successful evaluation, selection, prioritization, and management of enterprise software and software-related projects. This video is going to give you a brief introduction to Project Portfolio Excellence. Most companies today are faced with an ever-increasing number of software project requests. Some of the reasons for these requests are listed on this slide. Changes are happening more frequently and more urgently. New software tools are being introduced every day. New economic and budgetary challenges are being faced by a lot of companies. Many companies are finding that their current systems and data infrastructures are inaccurate, incomplete, out of date, and they need to be fixed. And lastly, many companies will face new regulatory and reporting requirements. So the next question is, why do we need a new model? Why do we need Project Portfolio Excellence? Well, the data on this slide has been compiled from the published reports from the Standish Group. And you can see on the slide that over the last 8 to 10 years, our rate of project success has remained in the low 30s, which is bad in and of itself, but it's actually dropped a couple of points over the last 8 years, while our percentage of project failures has increased by 60%, from 15% failures up to 24%. Now, it's also important to note that over the same period of time, the number of certified project management professionals has increased more than 10 times, from about 35,000 back in 2001 to over 380,000 today. Now, some people maintain that the reason our projects are failing is because we lack sufficient project management skills. But I personally believe that it's more likely that the 3 reasons that are listed on this slide are bigger contributors to our failure rate than anything else. Today's projects are more complex, our timelines are more compressed, and our resources are more overloaded. And when you take these 3 factors and put them all together, that is what's driving the need for a new model for project and portfolio management, and that model is Project Portfolio Excellence. The number one truth of Project Portfolio Excellence is that the causes of project failure are easy to diagnose and simple to understand. It's by developing an understanding of those causes that we'll be able to do a better job in the future of evaluating projects, initiatives, and proposals. Project Portfolio Excellence happens in 3 stages. Stage number 1 is education. We have to learn the rules as to why projects succeed and why breaking those rules increases our probability for failure. The second stage is elucidation. You need to analyze your current project results, and if those results are not satisfactory, you need to use the tools and techniques of Project Portfolio Excellence to pinpoint where your process is flawed and what needs to occur to correct that process. The third stage is implementation, and this is where you take the strategy and methodology of Project Portfolio Excellence, along with the tools and techniques, to move from ineffectiveness to capability, from capability to excellence, and from excellence to prominence, or being world-class. And believe me, if you can even get to excellence with your project and portfolio management, you'll be ahead of 98% of companies that are out there today. The question that's weighing more and more heavily on everyone's mind today is, when can we find the time to do all of these projects? Well, you can see Project Portfolio Excellence truth number 13 says that there will never be enough time, money, or energy to fulfill all of the project requests that are being generated. The question we need to be asking today is, which of these projects can we find the time to do? We need to get better at selecting and prioritizing the projects that we're going to undertake, and a capability that we desperately need is to be able to avoid wasting time, money, and energy on projects that have little to no chance for success. And that concludes the case for Project Portfolio Excellence. In order to succeed in our new reality, where there will always be more requests than there are resources, we need to have new tools, new techniques, a new strategy, and a new methodology in order to be successful with project and portfolio management. Now we're going to talk about the tools of project portfolio excellence. The first tool we're going to talk about is the project triad. The project triad consists of the three groups which are present in every organization which have to effectively collaborate in order for projects to succeed. The reason that these three groups need to effectively collaborate is that each one of the groups has exclusive information that's important for project success. And it's only when we take the information held by all three of the groups and combine them together that we can get the best big picture view of the project we're trying to undertake. The three groups of the project triad are senior managers, business professionals, and technology professionals. You can get more information on the project triad in the series of videos that I've posted called How Quality Software Happens. The second tool of project portfolio excellence is the project trinity. Whereas the project triad is made up of the three groups which have to effectively collaborate in order to succeed with projects, the project trinity consists of three major attributes which have to be present and in the proper balance in order to achieve project success. The three attributes of the project trinity are skill, will, and capacity. And if any of these three is deficient or lacking, your probability for project failure increases. The How Quality Software Happens series contains a video on the project trinity as well. The third tool in project portfolio excellence is the logical life cycle. The logical life cycle is a depiction of the points throughout a project life cycle where we may be able to gain new information that can help us to better manage our projects. The logical life cycle is intended more as an analytical tool than it is an executional model. So your project management methodology may not include all of the points that are shown here. But if your current methodology has not been giving you satisfactory results, analysis with a logical life cycle may help you to determine what you've been missing. The strategy for project portfolio excellence is called the contract for collaboration. It acknowledges that in many companies today there exists a somewhat adversarial relationship between the three groups of the triad, especially between business and technology. One of the truths of project portfolio excellence is that neither business nor IT can successfully execute projects on their own. If we're going to be successful with projects in the future, we've got to get past this adversarial relationship and start collaborating effectively. The methodology for project portfolio excellence is called Project Request and Fulfillment Planning. It includes processes to evaluate, select, prioritize, and manage our projects by balancing the demand we have for new projects with the capacity we have to fulfill those projects. Two very important concepts in project request and fulfillment planning are understanding in detail our capacity for work of good quality and understanding in detail all the sources of demand that are competing for our resources. If we don't understand our demand and our capacity in detail, there's no way that we can work to balance them to get the best results in our project and portfolio management. So there you have it. You've just received a whirlwind tour of project portfolio excellence. I hope that this video has piqued your interest and that you're ready to learn more about it. I think that as you learn more about project portfolio excellence and start looking at your projects in a different way, you'll come to believe, as I have, that the causes of project failure are easy to diagnose and simple to understand. I want to remind you about the How Quality Software Happens series. There are 2 installments currently available, one on the Project Triad and one on the Project Trinity. I plan on posting additional installments in the future. If you have any questions or comments about this material, feel free to submit them via email or telephone. You can also call to set up a free consultation. We'll discuss your goals and needs and whether project portfolio excellence can help you get better results with your enterprise software and software-related projects. If you'd just like more general information, you can visit the website at projectportfolioexcellence.com.